middle of the roundabout right on the street.
Or we can split up, like if you want to set up here, and then a couple guys can walk up or something too. Or
I wouldn't stay together. I like that.
Yeah. In the general area together, right? Having conversations.
Good here?
I think this is
Good workout, guys.
Yeah.
Have a seat.
Take 5.
Now, have you set this up before?
Yeah. Plenty of times.
So you're not going to mess this up?
No. You want to put it up here or on the ground?
I think here's fine.
Okay.
It's kind of the path. You know, people coming from that way.
higher, more.
Well, I mean like the elevation,
More higher.
like this.
Put it on that?
Yeah, that's what I
Is that
was...
enough stone there?
For the grass.
Yeah.
This kind of boxes out here. Would that help?
What do you need for...
No, I mean it doesn't need like that much stability. It's just got like 4
Right. Okay.
Four
So it's
edges.
high in the grass and
Yeah.
right there, no?
Well, I don't know.
It's not sticking.
They might say like...
On your nut.
and then we'll just move it.
Yeah.
Just high in
If they're looking for a reason, they'll find one.
Oh, yeah. Like, I'll move it if you can tell me 2 foolproof proofs of whether getting ball.
All right, let's go with the big one first.
Get those banners, brother?
I've actually been sitting on them while haven't got a chance to go out.
You're not supposed to sit on them, you're supposed to put them up.
I tried taking them out one time, but I had to lay them flat on the ground and it just wasn't working out. People weren't noticing anything, and
Flat out.
Flat out.
yeah.
He's triggering me.
Yeah.
Triggering me, saying the F word. Oh, yes.
Famous flag, it's been all over the world. Word. You get power right here, too.
Sweet. Too bad I don't have an adapter. I didn't hear that. I was dead asleep, man. Like, I didn't sleep for 3 days before I laid down last night. I was out. Are you ready to see the tilt test?
It's hard, you can't tell until you're...
Yeah, I know, but let's just do the tilt test, right? You'll see if it starts moving, period.
But really, when you're stuck on the stars, it's so minuscule. Hand there, brother. What we gotta do here?
This one's a little tricky.
Squeeze that bamboo together, huh?
All right, where's my bag?
On the other side there.
Bag. Here's my bag. Put my bag in there.
Here, push slightly.
It
No,
comes
no,
with
no,
this
no.
bag.
Like,
Go ahead. It comes with this bag. It comes with this bag.
this side too.
Yeah, it does. The stand, it comes with this bag.
You don't fit in the kind of a bag? Great Santa Claus now. So do you make all this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yep.
Same thing?
Yeah. Can you wrap
This around. Okay, yeah.
wait.
On the ball. Right, okay, yeah.
Yeah, like that.
I'll get this side. Is this small, this one? Okay.
Yeah, this one's a small one. Yeah, take it out of the thing. No, it's got to go around the other way. Around the bungee. So the bungee is on the outside.
Both sides on the outside?
Yeah, both parts of the bungee on the outside for more tension. Yep, perfect. You gotta make sure it's snug in there, because like you gotta turn it until it's snug. Yeah. I got duct tape. Where did I put that?
Someone's lying.
Yeah, we don't
Definitely NASA. Yeah. The bare minimum, right?
Ready for the big reveal?
The biggest thing is the perfect.
Yeah. Thanks.
Right. Well, now we have high-powered zoom, cameras and stuff that's like 50 miles away, and it's like stuff that's over the horizon. There's another one that's starting now. There's a website where they do, they accept
Right, like that.
for long-distance photography, and there's one of a mountain called 𝗕ᴜᴜᴇ. And
Yeah, so this is for slippery surfaces. I can jam it in the front. Doesn't slide. This is if it's windy, I can tilt it back further and then have these at like a 90-degree angle, so it's like a memorial type viewing, like
Still see it, but
yeah, lower to the ground. Hey man, I got a little engineer in me. Yep. Yeah, I cut everything myself. Just found it out in the woods one day. I was like, I could use that.
Heck yeah, man. Jack has it.
Yeah. Here we are. This is what we got going on. Good to go. Sweet.
Yeah, it was like 1800s, and they changed them.
And then they changed it, and they're like, okay, nobody can go there anymore.
The thing that's even worse is that the 60th parallel, it's not even close to Antarctica. Like, you can't even see the coastline with a high zoom camera from 60th parallel.
Hey man, I got some literature for you.
Yeah, man.
A little brochure
He already
right
knows what's up.
All right, sweet.
He's well on his way.
Awesome.
I got into that like a few years ago, and then was like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then like here lately, I've just been drawn.
We
back.
just had a conference yesterday right here
I
in
saw that
Greenville.
on Facebook.
Yeah.
Man. I was man.
It was a good one. There was about 200 people there.
Yeah, me and a couple friends put it together, and it was a good turnout. Yeah, we had 200 people.
Mark Sargent was there.
Y'all got any proof of the globe?
Well,
Fitting,
thank y'all. I got
furniture, anything?
Take care.
Yeah, you
Proving on a spin ball? Anybody?
No?
Okay.
But I honestly don't find any evidence myself to support Hollower, so that's my opinion.
I just to see too far, to see infinitely.
So that's full extend, full zoom, and it's been zoomed in on that leaf this whole time. No tip at all. That is a good tripod.
Awesome.
For the fuselage, yeah.
The man, the myth, the legend.
Yeah, man.
All right. Yeah, I got this one from Zoom Truth. And that one's from David Gessner. So shout out Zoom Truth and David Gessner, Flat Earth 101. Hooked me up with these banners. I built the bamboo myself. We're making it happen.
Heck yeah.
It's hot. Yes. Yes. Yeah.
It isn't moving. It's just parked up.
In the air, yeah. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina last week, and I was going down the interstate. Sure enough, that plane was just...
Got some literature for you.
Cool, thanks.
Very good information. Flat Earth 101. Check out the videos.
Lakes, like 50 miles.
Yeah.
And there should be like 1,500 feet curvature just over that 50 miles, according to the rotation of, or the 24,901
yeah.
miles.
And the horizon always rises to eye level.
And they're seeing things like 150 feet off the water.
That only happens on a flat plane. This is high altitude.
Yeah, that's 128,000 feet.
You trust the government completely?
That's a smart man right there.
I mean, come on. If anything, it's worth looking into just to get both sides of the story, because we've only been taught one side from when we were 5 years old in school. They say we live on a ball and that's it. Don't question it. We used to think it was flat. They don't tell you what the model looked like or anything or why they thought it was flat, but they just say it was stupid, you know, now we're smart.
Goat herders from, you know,
Yeah.
way back in the day that believed this stuff. But
And there's no edge. Space is fake. It's all propaganda, all the space agencies. So anytime you see flat Earth like floating in space where there's edges that you can see, that's not what any of us believe. So they put out misinformation to make people laugh at it. Yeah.
We'll look into it. Thanks.
Yeah, for sure.
guys have a good one.
Furniture, anything? Prove you on a spinning ball? Anybody? No? Okay.
I honestly don't find any evidence myself to support all of it, and that's my opinion. I just see too far, see infinitely.
So that's full extend, full zoom, and it's been zoomed in on that leaf this whole time. No tip at all. That is a good tripod.
Certainly, if you look at the GoPro lens,
For the fuselage, yep.
The man, the myth, the legend.
let's do it, man.
Like they use way less jet fuel than what they get the resonance, and they fly for a while, and then they get back down.
Wouldn't it take like 50 Camaros in a week?
Yeah.
Camaros or something?
It's paused.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. In the air, yeah. I was in Charlotte, North Carolina last week, and I was going down the interstate, and sure enough, that plane was just, and we just drove.
Well, here we are, a special
It's not descending, it's not descending.
broadcast,
Sitting there. Yeah.
South Carolina
All lies, man.
post
Glad that you're looking into it.
Flattoberfest.
That's right.
Thanks everybody for hanging out. We got Zach over there, good times for all. Alex, Critical Inception, Johnny,
Yeah.
Scuba,
Yeah. Yeah.
and just Jack.
Right.
So we're hanging out here somewhere in South Carolina, right in front of the bistro. It's pretty early in the afternoon. It's about 4 p.m. local time.
We're looking for proof of a globe. Anybody got proof of a globe? Spinning, curvature, anything. Water sticking to the exterior of a shape, anything. Any proof of a globe.
How you doing?
So I've been tuned in on that week. Do you know about the full moon night?
How's it going?
Oh my gosh. So check this out.
You guys got any proof of you're living on a ball Earth?
In the shade, right? So if you go in the shade,
Do you have any proof that you live on a ball in outer space?
I mean, I don't really do any of that. I just know I live here.
Right. But here's a YouTube channel you can check out sometime. But you're a human being, right?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you want to know for sure where you live?
Yeah.
Don't you feel like you have a right to know where you live? Okay, so what if it was questioned whether you live on a ball in outer space or not? Like, seriously questioned. Like, doesn't that concern you? To know that you were taught one thing and that it might not be correct?
Me personally, I mean, whether it's round or flat, I mean, it's here. It's in space, you know.
It's not in space, though. How do you verify outer space?
Galaxy.
How do you verify it, though?
Verify it?
Yeah.
Going up there.
You've gone up there?
Yeah.
Other than your imagination, right?
Yeah, dream.
So, like, if you're taught that, right, do you happen to, like, believe in evolution and stuff like that?
Half and half.
Okay, so the Earth could be 4 billion years old?
Could be.
Could be.
Could have been made yesterday.
Well, you were, I mean, I know what you're trying to, I understand where you're coming from, but I would really, really seriously consider looking into this topic. I mean, like, actually, like, put it to bed, separate yourself from your friends, you know, and just really try to get this, you know, put to bed. Because if there's questions about water laying level and flat when it's contained, and there's no measured curvature, because you need curvature to have a ball, right? So what if there's no curvature measured, right? So,
I'll check it out.
All right, man. Take care.
and it's like all the planets are actually another sun and moon. So the further out planets are another sun and moon. Centric breaks. So, like, we live in this society, and before there was this society, and before that was this society, and each of them have their own sun and moon, and that's where we're here. And that's why we see it right here to the north, and because they're going around the orbit of their plane, so it should be pretty easy. You do know, right? And that's what we get right from the if you look at the line, there's going to curve the other Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of that. Yeah, the Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, tell him, yeah.
How you doing, sir?
Hi. So what does it look like from outer space?
Have you ever been to outer space?
No, I haven't.
I haven't either.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you take somebody else's testimony and images of what the Earth looks like from space, and you can't verify it yourself, is that science or a religion?
Ever seen wind?
If you can't take a picture of...
Have you ever seen wind?
If you can't take a picture of Earth from outer space, and you can't verify it yourself, is that science or a religion?
It's belief and reason.
Okay, so it's a belief, not like actual observable science.
No, it is believable science.
No, science is not belief. Science is observation,
Okay.
and then verify it, and then you should be able to test it, and then I should be able to duplicate it. That's science.
It has been done repeatedly.
By who? You?
Scientists that I trust.
Okay, so like a faith in priests or something?
Well, I believe in the priesthood.
Of science.
My degree is in biology,
Okay,
and my master's degree is in physics.
okay,
I try to stand on the shoulders of smart people.
okay,
Okay, I do.
sure.
Okay, and if that happens to be simply a belief, so be it. Yours is also.
How do you know that? You don't know what I haven't said anything for you to come to a conclusion of my beliefs.
It's fine.
So, but you haven't. Well, you haven't verified how outer space is real, sir. You can't have two. You can't have two gas pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier.
We definitely can't prove outer space is real. You're absolutely right.
Come on, I'll buy you a beer and we'll talk over it.
Yeah, we can do it right here.
Outer space.
No, we can do it right here.
Vacuum to gas pressure, buddy. You need a barrier.
He believes in his priest science. He was telling me about all his degrees. He's like, I got this degree and that degree.
We're looking for proof of a globe. Anybody got proof of a globe? Any spinning or curvature?
He didn't test it. He doesn't need to.
He stood on the shoulder of these great priests.
Right.
Yeah.
He trusts the experts.
Yeah.
How dare you, young man?
Well, I asked him. I said,
on the shoulder of giants.
I asked him. I said, is that science or belief? You know. He's like, well, it's. I believe in the science. I'm just. How does that even? I don't understand what's going on. You could tell by his voice that he was like really perturbed about this whole thing, and because they were coming down, and I think they were probably gonna go probably here, and then his wife or the person who wears the pants in the family told him to let's just keep going this way. Let's go turn around.
Never went to the moon. Outer space is fake. Now it's lies.
If his degree is worthless, he's gonna have to count, man.
Yeah, I know, right?
How dare you?
How dare you tell me?
We went to the moon. Hey, can you prove the glove to me? Hey, I want to shake your hand too, sir. It was nice meeting you. Good to know.
Take care.
Both people.
Bye now.
Giant vacuum sucking the air off? No? How do you have oxygen if there's a giant vacuum around you? It's crazy, right?
That's the rig, huh? The famous rig of Joshua Smith.
Yeah, man.
Nice.
So we hang out. Dun, dun, dun. Yeah, this is pretty much it.
Can I use your megaphone?
Maybe go down by the bridge and do that.
Any proof? Looking for proof of a ball, a spinning space ball, and a giant vacuum. Can somebody please prove to me that we live on a spinning space ball? Please, I want to believe I live on a spinning testicle in the giant vacuum of space.
That's awesome.
I know, right? You're like, you don't really need that, but.
As I told him, go over there and you'll
yeah, right. I think you'll be alright.
Ladies, here for some information about the flat earth movement. Take care. Gentlemen. Guys, do you need a washroom? It's just over there. In the back.
Oh, yeah, right on.
Does he have any flyers? He doesn't have any flyers.
Yeah, no. Like a penny. Pizza?
Can you give me one proof it's a globe?
How do you know, man? How do you know it's round? Have you been to outer space to see? Well, you don't like to be lied to? Do you like to be lied to? You don't care if you're lied to or not?
I don't care if it's flat or not. I think it's round.
How do you know?
I don't know.
Are you a spiritual person?
Control. That's what they're doing.
Let me ask you a question though. Are you a spiritual person? You're not? Not at all? It sounds like you're in a religion, though, because if you can't verify that you live on a ball Earth, and you take government testimony and images of what they tell you you live on, you are in a religion. Yeah, if you look up Flat Earth videos, right? Check out my YouTube channel, man.
Entertainment, my friend. You got nothing.
It's entertainment, man.
YouTube.
Who's Jesus to you? Is that Kanye West? Kanye West is your Jesus?
He's too cool for school.
Too cool for us, man?
How you doing, brother?
I didn't think you... What's it?
Earth is made of 4 elliptical things that came together, which creates periods of flatness in itself.
How have you verified that?
By reading the book of Job.
Okay. How have you physically verified that as a human without using text?
You'd have to go inside your mind and see it, really.
Imagination?
No, I mean, you just take everything everyone says and put it all together yourself.
Huh. Have you ever seen the Earth from outer space before? Whether it be like a flat or a cube or...
When I was like 7 years old, I fell out of a treehouse and hit my head so hard that I was like way out in outer space before they brought me right back.
How did your spirit get past the Van Allen belt?
The Van Allen belt?
Yeah, how did you get
I didn't ask the Van Allen belt for permission, for one.
Oh, interesting. Neither did any of the astronauts who went to the moon.
But then my mom was like, come back. I was like, shit.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And plus we had free HBO, so I didn't want to miss that in the movie that night.
Yeah.
You gotta get your tail eye vision in, right?
Hmm. What are you up to today?
Fuck. Trying to survive my next heart attack.
Yeah.
What y'all doing?
Oh,
Y'all
we're
want to
just-
get me rich or...
Got a YouTube channel. You ever go on YouTube?
I ain't never been kicked off YouTube.
All right, right on. Have you ever seen the Earth maybe from this perspective? So what if the sun goes around the center, North Pole, like that, in that fashion? See how it's catching up to the
that's how I
moon?
came back. Like, ah!
Yeah? Have you ever done any psychedelics before?
Hell yeah, I've done psychedelics.
Okay.
But last time I did psychedelics, I met Donald Trump.
I bet you did. Yeah.
No, literally, a true story.
Yeah.
In Asheville, the convention center.
Mm-hmm. You sure he wasn't wearing a mask?
No, it was Donald Trump standing there.
Is it a body double?
No, it was he was there doing his speech running for president. And they let me in. But I happened to have taken my first hit of acid in 20 years that same day.
Interesting.
One time I took acid. Remember those statues of liberty that you got like 3D?
Oh, yeah.
And I stared at one of them. I still ain't back from that trip.
You're still over in New York, huh?
You talking about my first wife being from New York?
Yeah.
Were you a Satanist or something? You seem like you got a lot of antagonism and stuff about you.
Well, I just think that you...
I don't like Satanists.
No, I'm not a Satanist. No. But it doesn't seem like you take reality very seriously.
I got a place between, what do they call it? This is a family town, so I want to be careful what I say.
Yeah, do it.
I got a place between my balls and my asshole for reality.
Mm-hmm.
And there ain't no love in there.
Right on, man. Stay safe. Interesting. Maybe you should heed that advice.
So it should be sort of the top of the skyscraper.
Yeah, you should see.
Show me curvature. Show me spinning. Show me gravity. Show me something.
What's that?
Anything. Bring me back to the ball.
He was telling me about all the stuff I need to look into.
Yikes.
Gets paid $58 million.
I wouldn't
to
suggest
present
that.
CGI photos.
That's just me then.
Well, I'll have to entertain it at least, you know.
How you doing, sir?
Show me curvature.
All right. Never landed on the moon, sir.
Trust your authorities. Don't question anything. Good servant.
Yeah, you should be the voice of don't trust anybody here.
Yeah.
Flat earthers are crazy.
These are all crazy people. Don't you know scientists have figured it out 2,500 years ago? They don't have to have proof. They tell you, therefore you should listen. Smarter people than you have never looked. Smarter than people than you have done math. And they prove that the earth is a ball. Without ever seeing it.
Maths.
Maths prove reality.
Maths.
Just like if you take 3 donuts away from my 2, then I have -1 donuts. Math proves reality. No question the ball. Smarter than you have already never looked at it and realized that it was a ball. Who cares if there's no visual proof? Of course we live on a ball.
How you
There's no
doing?
curvature, there's no movement, but we still live on a ball.
Earth is flat.
Spinning and wobbling through the vacuum of space, and still air pressure just sticks so softly to the surface. So nicely velcroed. Oh, unless you're in a plane, then the air goes with you. Air is velcroed to the surface of the earth until you get in a plane, then the air follows you. Trust your authority, do not question the ball. Of course we went to the moon. Don't look at green screen technology. No curvature, no spin, no problem. Of course we live in a ball. Of course we live on a ball.
So what do you think?
I don't know. I still believe in a round earth.
Okay. Round like a penny?
No. like a sphere.
Okay. How have you verified that?
I haven't.
Okay. So, is that science?
No. It's not my science.
What is science though?
I don't know, what's your definition?
Well, the scientific method is observing something naturally, and then taking that data, and then doing a demonstration of that data, and then I should be able to duplicate that. So how have you duplicated, like, the moon landing?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. So what science has started to become is more of a religion, where people base their beliefs and where their, worldview from other people's testimony. Yeah. So if you read the Bible, right, or the Quran or whatever holy text, and you haven't, done those things or walked on water, right, you're taking that all on faith.
Yeah.
Right. So do you want to take, like, where you live as a human being on faith, or do you want to know?
I'd like to know.
Yeah. Has it ever crossed your mind how when water's contained, it lays level and flat when it's stagnant? So when it's contained and it's not moving from point A to point B across, from shoreline to shoreline, it lays level and flat and even. So to have a ball like that guy down there in the corner, you have to have curvature. Okay, so how have you seen any curvature of the Earth?
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we're just gonna say on the shoreline, and you're on the ocean, and you just look out, and the water lays level and flat from left to right of your perspective, and you see an object disappear in front of you, do you assume that's the curvature of the Earth because of the object is disappearing?
Well, I probably wouldn't have thought of it, but I guess.
Okay, so what if that's like the convergence point of your eyes, where the ceiling, the sky, and the ground, they're ramping up together, and they converge together at one single point.
Yeah.
So depending upon the particles in the air, we can't see forever in fog. Probably like a mile or so. But even on a clear day, the human eye can only see 3 to 5 miles.
Yeah.
So when those objects, well, on an airplane you could probably see for a couple hundred miles.
You usually can see the curvature if you're high enough.
Okay, I'm from Minnesota, and I was on an airplane, and I didn't see curvature.
Oh.
Yeah,
Probably not high enough.
Well, but you just said on an airplane you can see curvature.
If you're up high enough.
How high do you have to be?
I flow at 42,000 feet, and you can see the curvature.
Okay, so like another mile, you're saying you can see curvature?
Probably, yeah. If you're flying from Minnesota, I would say 30,000 feet.
Okay.
But coming across Pacific, you're at like 42, 43.
Okay. What's the radius and the circumference of the Earth?
Oh, jeez, I don't know that.
Okay.
Huge. I have to look it up. Google. What is that?
Okay. Well, when you do comprehend what the radius and the circumference is and everything, you can actually put that into a math equation and find out curvature and how high you have to be to see curvature. This isn't...
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So to understand the math about this ball Earth that you believe you live on, even at 35,000, 40,000, 50,000 feet, you're not going to see curvature. If you understand what the geometry of your ball Earth that you believe you live on, because its circumference...
I'm gonna read that.
Yeah, do it. The circumference of the ball Earth that they tell us we live on is 24,901 miles. And so here's the radius, and then you'll be able to put that into an algorithm, and the curvature drop is 8 inches per mile squared, and that's accurate within a few hundred miles. And do you know who like Neil deGrasse Tyson is?
No.
Okay, he is kind of a famous physicist or astrophysicist or something, and he says even at 125,000 feet, so that's what 4 times higher than an airplane. You can't see curvature from that point.
I'm gonna
either.
look into it.
So
catch up with them. Where'd they go?
Can I just show you something real quick?
Thank you.
Okay, take care.
Don't question authority.
Thanks, man.
Yep, no problem.
Have you ever seen something like this before, where there's the sun there? So the sun is traversing across a flat plane, and the center is the North Pole. So the moon and the sun have a relationship with the North Pole. And it appears that the sun and the moon have a relationship too, because as the sun and the moon are closer together, it's a new moon. But then as they become opposite of each other, that's when there's a full moon.
Okay.
You see how it's doing that?
Yeah.
So eventually it's going to turn into a full moon. And so where the sun is here, it's just traveling further away from your perspective.
So do you think the moon is flat as well, or is the moon spherical?
Well, whether the moon is a ball or not, that shouldn't logically then give you the presumption that the Earth is a ball, right?
I'm just asking.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be like concave, like a contact lens.
Okay.
I mean, because it is just based on our perspective of, our perspective of the moon while we're on Earth.
Yeah.
And so if water has to be contained, then what if this is how the Earth may look like? Just, for an example.
Yeah.
So I got a YouTube channel. I mean, I don't know if you got information from here, but...
I could take it, but I probably wouldn't be...
You pretty certain that you live on a ball in outer space? Does this frighten you in a way?
No. Just as far... I'm not really that interested. So, like, if it's a ball or not...
You don't want to know where you live?
Sure.
I mean, you're human, right?
Yeah.
Don't you have a right to know your creation?
Yeah.
Okay, so what if people are telling you information that's not correct?
I'm sure they are.
I mean, that doesn't concern you?
Yeah.
Do you like to be deceived?
No.
I don't like to either.
Yeah, no one should. Yeah.
No. So if there's evidence to show that you're being deceived, wouldn't you want to be told that information?
I think my friend took off, so I should go find her.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
Take care.
All right, take care. Bye.
They love you. They would never lie. Who cares about money? Who cares about me? Why does the air follow me? Is it after me?
Where's Scuba? How have you verified the moon landing?
You guys, I love you.
Well, I mean, that's science, though. Science is verifying things yourself.
Dude, I love you guys.
That's why we're here, because we love you, but you reject love. He rejects love. He says, I love you guys. But he walks away.
Got a Navy guy, ex-Navy guy, I was talking to him. Seemed really open-minded to it.
Right on. Jehovah's Witnesses just do not want to talk to me. I don't know what it is.
They're
Like,
intimidating.
they were over there, and I was like...
Oh, yeah, I seen him over here. I just
Yeah.
avoided them. I'm like, I'm going to go over here.
Just not having it. How you guys doing? Earth is flat.
I'll take the flyer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.
Don't fear the truth.
I know, right? It's so fascinating, man, to like see people just
You know I'm good. I know what's wrong.
yeah, like just not like kind of know what science really is, you know, and what it has been turned into. It's just like, no, I trust other people, and it's like, okay, I trust other people too, but I'm a Bible-believing Christian, right? You know, so if I believe that, then how is like reading science books any different?
Yeah, exactly. It's just as much of a religion, right?
Yeah, it's just putting faith in other people's testimony. And, you know, I guess I would have more faith in our Creator than jokers out here.
It is ridiculous how many people just turn their head and laugh, and it's like, no, I know everything, I don't need to hear anything.
How you guys doing? Hey.
Looking at the flat Earth?
All right.
You believe you live on a spinning globe?
How have you verified the moon landing? If you can't verify the moon landing, that's not science, that's a religion. But, my gravity. Well, the rain is staying off. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I didn't know if it was going to rain or not. It was kind of getting humid there. I had to take my tank top on.
You're totally incorrect, man. Why are you appeasing to your own bias and not talk to me to challenge your thought? Well, I mean, why don't you talk to people who challenge your thought and not agree with you? That's not how you grow, by talking to yes men. Mocking and ridicule what you don't understand is not a good way to go through life. So what do you think about those jokers down there?
Interesting.
Yeah?
Don't really agree with them.
Oh, why not?
Because science and all that, I'm not really going to get into it right now.
Okay.
Because I just left college right now.
Sure.
So I'm kind of done thinking about science for the day.
Right, but what is science though? Like what's the
What is
definition?
science?
What is the definition of science?
The study of nature and the things around us, organisms, bacteria.
Sure, yeah. And if you observe something in nature and then you demonstrate it and then I should be able to repeat it, right?
In theory.
Isn't that science? That's the scientific method, right?
In theory.
Okay, so how do you have a low pressure system like outer space next to a high pressure system like
I'm
Earth?
also not a scientist. I'm an art major, so
So you understand perspective then?
Yes, I do.
Okay, Have you ever been to a beach before?
Yes, I've been to a beach before.
Okay. Have you ever seen like objects travel further away from your perspective before?
Yes, I have.
What do you think that is?
So, you think the Earth is flat? You think it just kind of like the end of paper just falls right off? Is that what you think?
I didn't say that.
Oh, you said the Earth is flat. That's what you're with.
But I didn't say that.
But that is what your organization, your group is trying to say. That the Earth is
But I didn't say anything about the edge. You did.
I know, because that is, if it's flat, it doesn't go on forever.
Who told you that there has to be an edge if it's
I'm
flat?
Here with my mom, so
I know, but
I don't really want to talk about crazy stuff.
well, it's not crazy. It's observable.
Goodbye.
And if you say that there's an edge, you're taking your indoctrination, young lady. I didn't say anything about an edge. Man, the more and more I do this, the more and more I'm just like, feel really sad for these people. Like that girl, she got bombarded as she went down the stairs with her mom. Because I talked to her up here. And, how you doing? Pretty well, thanks. Earth is flat. And, so I walked up to her and I was like, hey, what do you think about these people? And she's like, I don't know, it's kind of crazy. I know about science and whatever. And I'm like, well, what is science? And she's like, I don't want to get into it because I just graduated college. And I'm like, okay, great. So I gave her like this example of high and low pressure systems, you know?
Yeah, second law of thermodynamics.
And she's like, I'm not a science major, I'm an art major. And I'm like, hey, that's awesome. So then you know about perspective. And she's like, yeah. Look at this guy. Give this guy a run around. Want to take a picture, bud?
I do, please, yes.
Right on. Can you take our information?
Certainly. Yeah.
Right on. You might as well. You'll be on YouTube.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Here's another piece for you, my friend.
You got to give me some brochures.
You do. Yeah, they got a whole thing down there. Hold on. Here, take a one of these.
So, she just wasn't having it because she's like, but science.
But science.
And I'm like, well, what is science? Like, it sounds like you're kind of in a religion. You know?
That's exactly it, yeah. Did you talk to those people that are at that table? Did they walk by you?
No. Oh, yeah, they did. Yeah, they walked this way.
Smirk and dirty look.
Yeah, so the kid, they started talking at the intersection here. And he's like, if I had a ball, I could read his lips. And he's like doing one of these. And I'm like, why don't you come talk to me instead of confirming your bias with a bunch of yes men?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
You know, like why don't you come to somebody who can challenge your thought?
And that's, I think, the important thing too. Like we were talking yesterday, was pointing that out, that they're looking for confirmation bias with their own friends, with their, or they jump to a certain topic to earn their bias.
No, you got to call that out, man, for sure. Let's try to find a rock. Let's try to find some rocks. Yeah. How you guys doing? Earth is flat. Check it out. Here you go.
Nice.
Put it like over here. That sign's in the way.
Yeah.
We really will give you $100 if you can prove it. That you live on a ball. Or that we landed on the moon. How you guys doing? Right on. Earth is flat.
Yeah, we know.
What do you do?
Yeah, we know.
Okay. How do you know?
I saw it.
You saw what? Oh, you are? Okay. Right on.
I just got back from Amsterdam.
Right on. Us dumb Americans don't. You should come move here and help us out.
That's hilarious. They know because they're from Europe.
Fair enough.
A lot of awake people in Europe.
I just hear people say, I'm flat earth, and it's like, well, okay. How do you know? Because I think people just say that just like... Yeah, just, kind of...
Yeah, just to get you off there.
Yeah, right, exactly. Like, oh yeah, flat earth. So then you ask them, and then they're like, well, because I saw a YouTube video. It's like, okay, you're almost there.
What is that?
I mean, you can see it right there.
Map you got going on there?
Yeah.
Nice. Right on. Yeah, I should get it on my tablet. That actually is a pretty good way to have it. Amazing, sir.
Yeah, it's a pretty good visual, you know.
Where's the camera part of that? Up in here, or is
right
it
there.
Okay, not the big circle? I was gonna say what's covered. But...
No, it's right there. See, like the closer that it is, like this, like people don't even really notice it.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I'm trying to keep this more inconspicuous, but
yeah. Put it in your pocket.
I have it like the clip on. I can clip it like how.
Put it in your pocket and then just use your hand as like extend it out a little bit.
Yeah, actually not bad. Yeah, I just gotta watch it around.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, I don't have a holder.
I got a whole setup. I got stuff. I just prefer the right now. I have the chesty. I got the clip on. I got the helmet.
Oh, okay.
I use it for snowboarding as well, right?
Oh, okay.
And so I got all kinds of gear for it. I got a little clamp thing I use when I set up my table. I just clamp it on the table. He's loving that. Fucking right.
Right? It's hilarious.
Glad I brought it. Yeah, I would love to do this with you back your way or have down in Canada, man.
Are you looking up flat Earth videos? He doesn't have any proof. I don't want to argue with you guys because I'm right.
Yeah.
Science. If you went around and just said Christianity, what would that be?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Muslim. I believe in Muslim.
Well, the one girl that was sitting at the table, they were completely rude to me. She's like, I believe in God. I believe, okay, well, you know, science is trying to hide that. Like,
yeah.
As soon as they're talking, like, evolution is telling you God doesn't exist.
Right.
It's like,
yeah, mainstream science.
Stop talking to me.
Mainstream science is telling you about evolution, but you don't believe them, but then you believe you live on a ball because they told you. Those same people spout out the other side of them, say something differently. Yeah, it just gets too cold up there, man. Like even right now, it's just unbearable.
Give you guys $100 to give you one proof to live on a globe.
I identify as a scientist. That's totally a dude with fake breasts. Like, what is even going on? Oh, you took his information, but not ours. Oh, I see how it is. Typical reprobate. Just grab whatever.
Yeah.
How you doing, sir? What do you got for information? Sir, do you mind sharing us your information?
We're not welcome, I guess.
Guess we're not welcome, huh? How you doing, everybody? Earth is a level, non-rotating plane.
I've watched the show.
What show?
Earth is flat thing.
Oh,
yeah.
I got a YouTube channel. You should check that out.
Okay.
Thanks a lot. Take care. You want me to take a picture of all three of you? Sure.
We just want it by the sign.
Oh, sure, not a problem.
They've never been here. They're from Georgia and upstate New York.
Oh, yeah, I'm from Minneapolis.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Let me get one more.
Oh, look at these lovely ladies.
There you are.
Thank you so much.
No worries. Yeah, enjoy your day.
It's
the Earth. We're trying to look for the curve, but we still haven't found it. The curvature for the Earth that we're supposed to move on.
To have a geometric sphere, you have to have curvature, right?
I know a lot of people believe the Earth is flat.
Yeah. Have you go on YouTube at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a YouTube channel.
Perfect.
And actually, this guy here. There we go. Authentic intent. I go around in Minneapolis and I talk to people on the street just like this.
Really?
You just kind of get like a idea of what the public thinks.
Everything you see is flat in motion.
Why not?
You experience no curvature or no motion. So it's not a belief. It's just an observation. The burden of proof is on the globe believer. I mean, the globe model is ripe with contradictions and demonstrably false. And there's zero evidence to support it. There's not one test
What do you
prove that the Earth is moving.
What are these ladies here for?
There's so much
I live way upstate.
Yeah.
I live. Have you ever heard of Lake Placid?
Yeah, I have. Mhm.
I live about 2 hours north.
Okay, I think they made a movie about Lake Placid. Yeah.
The Olympics, I think.
Yeah, they had
They had the Olympics there.
Yeah. Right.
In fact, the American hockey team beat Russia.
Oh, really? That was a big game. Oh, right. Yeah.
She's only like 20 miles from Canadian border.
Oh, okay. Okay, great. Yeah. Okay. Is that near Niagara Falls?
No.
No.
About 5 hours.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
It is
Okay.
what it is.
Yeah. Okay. Right on.
They live like.
Yeah, I'm from Minneapolis,
Kinda like
and it snowed last weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's where my
They're
niece
not too
is
far
from.
from Vermont.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, you'll get some good snow for sure.
I hope so. I just bought a snowmobile.
Okay, I thought you were gonna say snowboard. Right on. How you doing? Not a whole lot. Just talking about flat Earth here. Have you ever crossed your mind to
Wow, now that you brought it up,
Till now, right?
let's have a conversation.
Yeah.
What if the world was
Mhm.
how would we even know if it's spinning or not? So me and my friend, we had this conversation for a long time.
Exactly. It
Mhm.
was trying to show people
But we asked her,
we are intelligent
right?
design. We are
If
all
the
unique. We're all
Earth,
special.
okay,
And
keeping your
yourself is a
concept
big lie.
in play, imagine.
I don't want to imagine. I want to know.
Just picture it, right? If the world's flat, how do we even know if it's spinning? You know?
Okay. So you think that if the Earth is a disc?
I think it's a frisbee. I'm with you guys.
No, you're kind of not with me. Because I don't think that the Earth is a disc floating in outer space. Do you think a flat earther would think the Earth is a disc floating in outer space?
See, you guys are probably.
Well, you can't say you guys. You can only say me. Okay, because I'm an individual, and I can only represent myself. Okay, right? Is that fair to say?
That's fair.
Okay, so in my opinion, the Earth is like this. Okay, you got the North Pole in the center, like that. And the sun just goes around like that. Now, what if it goes on further past this ice wall? Okay, what if it goes on infinitely forever? Water has to be contained, so what if there's a crevasse through the ice wall and you can just go through that? And there's just more water and land further beyond what you're able to travel. Because when you fly on a plane, you just go from airport to airport to airport, right? You don't have your own private jet, do you? So if you just do that, you can circumnavigate a flat, level plane. So what do you think about the moon landing?
What is there to think? It's something that happened in history.
Mhm.
You know?
Do you think it happened for real?
I mean, like you said, we have two different opinions on things. You're right.
Yeah.
I am not on what you guys, with the Earth flat being flat. Who knows, right?
Mhm.
And I know you guys have cameras, but I'm gonna keep it.
Well, so do they. They got cameras over there.
I know, but you guys are obviously on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, what the point is to get the general consensus of public opinion and reaction. And what we've come to find out is over 99% of the population believes that the Earth is a ball bending on space-time. But nobody's verified that.
No.
You know, they take science, you know, and science now has kind of been turned into a religion a little bit, you know, where they're basing, you know, a lot of their facts on priests, you know, and whatnot. So, what do you think about the moon landing, though? I mean, is that something that really happened?
For my opinion, like, I was probably not even...
Probably weren't born.
Yeah, I'm a 94 baby.
Yeah.
Not probably. I mean, if we did send a human being up to the moon to walk around this airless planet, right? You know, it was an amazing, you know, event in time. You know, cool, I guess. For the man to land on a planet with no air.
Could I ask you this question, though? You know what helium is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you have a helium canister and you open the valve of the helium, you can hear it come out of the canister, right?
Yeah.
So how do you observe helium?
I don't know.
Okay, so you would put it into a balloon, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so the gas pressure from helium would then be in the balloon in a container separate from the exterior air. Is that fair enough to say?
Yeah.
Okay, then you let it go and it floats up to the sky. Right? The balloon would float up to the sky.
So here's a question for you guys.
Well, let me just finish this thought idea here. But you have the helium contained, okay? So Earth has a high pressure system. It's like 14.6 psi or whatever. Okay, and then outer space is zero pressure. It's water vaporless, it's a vacuum. Okay, so how do you have outer space next to our atmosphere without a solid barrier like that helium balloon that we just talked about?
No idea.
Okay, you can't.
No idea.
You can't have You can't have two separate pressure systems next to each other without a solid barrier.
It's like thermodynamics.
Yeah, and entropy would say that over a period of time, if you buy a happy birthday balloon for a friend and it's a helium balloon and you give it a week, what happens to that helium balloon? It deflates and it's on the ground, right? So that's the idea of entropy. So at some point, the outer space vacuum has to rush into the Earth, or Earth's atmosphere has to rush out into outer space, because both have to become at equilibrium with each other. Okay, does that make sense? Otherwise, Earth has a shell, if you will, if it's a ball, around it. So even going to the moon is not realistic. Okay? So even to say the moon landing is real, and we argue about intersecting shadows and who's the first person to land on the moon and such, that would be like talking about the Wizard of Oz, okay, which doesn't exist, right? But creating an entire story about the adventures to the Wizard of Oz with the Scarecrow and, you know, the Tin Man and everything. So why even argue about what's on the moon when we can't get there in the first place because of the high pressure system next to a low pressure system?
$100. First not spinning. Space is fake.
I'm gonna actually subscribe to you guys.
Yeah, man. I appreciate that. And, you know, investigate on your own time.
I'm gonna shout you guys out on my YouTube channel.
Yeah, do it.
You know,
you got a shout out? You got a shout out?
Yeah, I'm gonna shout out.
Yeah.
What's your channel?
Like right now, it's still like I haven't posted anything yet, but my first video is gonna mention you guys.
Hey, great.
Ooh, yeah, I'm Scuba Dracula on YouTube. I don't have a card with me right
I'm
now.
Authentic Intent there.
Because what you guys are talking about, like me, I'm more of a cannabis user, like I said, and I sit there, like I think, what the discussion we just had, I was like, how I finally have that person that I could have that discussion with.
Yeah.
You know,
great.
Because I've been wondering, like, okay, so we don't know if the moon landing was an actual event. It was said, and whoever that guy was back then that landed on the moon and walked his first step on the moon. Like, we don't know. We really don't know if that was an actual, like you were saying. We don't know if that's legitimate thing that happened at that time and period, or if it's just an illusion. Like you were saying.
A created narrative for people to trust government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because me, I'm a social outcast. Like I don't talk politics and much. A lot of people. Yeah, I
don't talk about fantasy things either.
I don't because if you think about it, this world is so corrupt.
Entertaining, I'm telling you. You got nothing to lose.
The poor are getting more poor and the rich are getting more rich. I'm like, okay, we live in a society so messed up that government is so corrupt, but they're up there. Nobody can say shit to them. Stuff to them, you know? But,
or question them.
Or question them, right? Without, you can't question that.
Being called a name.
Yeah.
Conspiracy theorists, right?
See, me, I've been thinking about this whole, if the world was flat, like, point of view. Like, I mean, if it would have been flat, would there be humans on this flat?
Yeah. What if, you know...
I wanted to always ask somebody that...
What if going back, you know, there's a lot of blue right there.
Right, that's all.
What does the blue represent? Ocean.
Water.
Are they obligated to tell you there's a continent right here or not?
No.
So what if there's another continent right here?
That'd be awesome.
It would be.
That'd be amazing.
But what if that continent is full of an ancient civilization that's weaning off their technology to us?
No.
And they're kind of conforming us to a particular thought? And what do you think about, like, aliens from outer space? Is that a possibility?
It could be. I mean...
But we just talked about how we can't have a low-pressure system next to a high-pressure system without a solid barrier, right? So what if outer space doesn't exist? They've created this narrative through Hollywood and TV of outer space aliens, like Independence Day with Will Smith, coming to invade us. But what if those, quote, invaders or that civilization is just on a continent here that's not on the map?
And that's why those other words they use is extraterrestrial.
Yeah. You know what extraterrestrial means?
No, not really.
Yeah, extraterranean. Beings from an extraterrestrial plane.
Dude, you guys are amazing. Keep your...
Yeah, it's fun, man. What's your name?
Daniel. Man.
Joshua. Pleasure meeting you, Daniel. Yeah.
Like, now I have more knowledge to get...
Formulate a thought. Yeah.
You know?
It's good to have your own opinion, you know?
Because if the world... Like, come on now. If the world was flat, like, would there be life on the flat world?
Yeah. What if it is just is, and it's the way it is, has always been?
What? See, for me, like... Basically, like going off topic, I'd be like, what if there's a whole different universe or galaxy, like Star Wars, or like literally some other form of life in a whole different planet that we still haven't found yet?
What
like,
if there's another dimension?
There you go. That too. Like
that's not space though.
It's not.
Yeah.
It's just a whole different.
It's ether and consciousness and a whole other level of playing field.
You guys are amazing.
Yeah, man. We're just here to, you know, provoke thought. And
is that merch?
What?
Is that like can I go on a website and buy
it?
Yeah,
you can. Yeah, this is you can get this on Redbubble.com. You can order these. Just look up Flat Earth on Redbubble, and you'll get all kinds of content providers. It'll show you Flat Earth shirts, stickers, mugs, whatever.
I'm gonna do my first purchase with you guys.
Yeah, do your due diligence on your own time, man.
Because like stopping and conversating with you guys, like, really made me think about a whole bunch of stuff while we were conversating.
Yeah.
You know?
Right on.
Because
people thought and just want
people is just like they live in this society full of, oh my god, I gotta pay this, I gotta pay that, wow.
Taxes.
Yeah. And look at this. You see what the taxes are going to, like, more buildings.
Yeah.
In a city that has plenty of buildings. Like,
more sports.
Build more hotels for no reason, you know? Instead of...
Yeah, those are some pretty nice apartments right there. I mean, look at those things.
Yeah, my friend stays there. It's decent. It's a
nice little setup. Yeah. What are you up to today, man?
I'm about to go home.
Okay.
And pick up some stickers that I have made.
Yeah,
I
right
do
on.
vinyl cutouts for cars.
Okay.
You know, business that I started after college.
Oh, right on, man.
Degree, really, we're small, but we just for them. Yeah, let's say you want like a flat earth big
Decal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me and my friends,
How you doing?
we started this little business. Picking boys sticker design.
Yeah.
You know, we're still working on having a website.
Okay.
We just
You got a shout out? You want to, maybe somebody can help you out? Yeah.
I'm doing it my own, you know.
Okay.
Because
Never hurts to ask a little help from your friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's all business at the end of the day. You know, the thought becomes into a process, the process becomes profit, and profit gets more made. That's how I think. Well,
Nice talking to you, Danny.
Yeah, definitely.
Take care out there, man.